Guys, hello. Okay, I've been super MIA lately. I'm so sorry. But I've been speaking. Last week I was speaking at my friend Megan McCann's online women's virtual retreat, and it was rad. Super rad. And during the retreat, when I was speaking, I had this aha moment, and I want to share it with you. You guys down for that? It was super cool. And it has to do with Wheel of Fortune. I know that's weird and random, but just stay with me and I'll tell you about it. I love Vanna White, by the way. I loved her dresses, and I loved Wheel of Fortune. So anyway, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jen Ludington. I like to be known as Jen the Generator because I love helping women blow up the beliefs that are no longer serving them so they can stop blowing up their life. Those beliefs that rule us sometimes that we live our lives by. They just need to go away. So here's the thing. Back to Wheel of Fortune. Hang on with me. It's an interesting analogy, but I really think it's supportive. So I know a lot of people right now are really looking to gain more security, right? More safety in this really unknown economic climate, right? Is anybody wanting more security, more financial security, more freedom? Yeah, I am, right? We all are. So there's a lot of people building businesses online, which is freaking incredible. And it's empowering because we can all support each other in different ways, which is super rad. But what I started seeing and what actually I found myself falling prey to was like the RSTLNE. Yeah, you heard me. I said RSTLNE. You know what that's like? It's the Wheel of Fortune, consonants and a vowel. So let me back into this. I started seeing this pattern where everyone was showing up the same way, right? They were leading with all these hooks. And you weren't really seeing anyone's heart. It was just this marketing hoopla. It was like this freaking theatrical performance of people just showing up with all these hooks and not with heart. And I remember feeling that way myself, right? And feeling really icky about it, you know, and trying to be successful in a way that was really inauthentic, right? That was like an RSTLNE. And what I mean by that is, you see, most people think that Wheel of Fortune people choose, right? RSTLNE. But the thing is that everyone just started copying what someone else did because it worked for them. And so eventually Wheel of Fortune literally just said everybody gets RSTLNE. Nobody gets to choose anymore because nobody was choosing differently. So it was ridiculous for them to ask people to choose because once one person set the precedence of this is what works, then the other person copied it. And then the other person copied it. And then they figured out that this is the way that it works and this is the new precedence. Everyone picks RSTLNE. No matter what your intuition says, no matter what you think is right, no matter what you think puzzle is up there that you need to solve, everyone kept choosing RSTLNE. And that's the human condition. That's what's happening online. And that's what's stifling creativity. And that's what's keeping people from solving their own puzzles. Right? Maybe, just maybe, the reason you're not as successful as you might want to be in your online business or your side hustle is maybe you're just playing the RSTLNE game and you're not choosing your own consonants or buying your vowels so that you can uncover and reveal your own unique puzzle. Right? Because we all have one. My puzzle's different than yours, and your puzzle's different than your friends. And this is another thing people used to do in fitness, right? They used to like, oh, I'm going to be a marathon runner. I'm going to run because that's what fit people do. No. Fit people are the people that do consistent exercise that they like. If you don't like to run, don't run. And if you don't like RSTLNE, don't do RSTLNE. Pick a Z, pick a W, right? That unique intuition that you have, those are your codes to your ascension. Those are your codes to your ascension. Those are your codes to solving a puzzle. When you start tuning into what you know is right for you and leading with your heart and not with the hook. And the same thing, the same replay stuff you see online it's just boring and theatrical and phony, if you ask me. So the way I think about this is instead of being an RSTLNE and choosing what everyone else chooses, why not spin the wheel and learn to trust your intuition? So that when the wheel spins, and it lands on like, I don't know, 5,000, if they even have that, I don't remember. You can be like, you know what? I know I'm supposed to choose this because everyone else does, but my intuition says to choose a W. And then wouldn't it be wonderful if because you listened to your own intuition, Vanna was like, whew, there's a W on your puzzle. You're one step closer. And you were like, sweet, I'm going to spin the wheel again and trust myself again. And you do it again. And maybe you land on another 5,000 and you trust yourself and you're like, I want a V. Wouldn't you know, Vanna in her gorgeous gown goes over and swipes a V, and you're that much closer to solving the puzzle, your own equation, your own code to your own ascension, to prosperity, profitability, right? And then wouldn't it be great to learn that that confidence that you're building and trusting your intuition, that it's right, that it's helping you solve your own puzzle, getting closer? What if you were like, oh, I need a vowel. And you were like, you know what, I trust myself. I'm going to buy a vowel, and I'm going to buy an I, not an E. And then Vanna was like, you invested in yourself. You invested in your ascension. And then she swipes like 3 I's. And those 3 I's helped you solve your puzzle faster. Helped you get to that profitability in your business faster because you invested in yourself. You trusted yourself to say, let me have someone help me speed this up so that my puzzle gets solved faster. That's learning to trust yourself. That's learning to trust your intuition. That's building confidence in your own unique codes, your own unique way of showing up. Not copycatting, not theatrics, not hook, all heart, all you. And that's all anybody wants. People want you. When we learn that and we stop getting out of, what we should do so that we're approved of, or we don't get laughed at, or we don't get judged, or we don't get kicked out of the tribe, right? And we can really live into our own inner knowing, our own intuition, and show up fully in it without apologizing. That's when we ascend. And that's what I want for you. So how are you going to show up? How are you going to show up? How are you going to show up? How are you going to show up as you? How are you going to learn to trust your intuition? And what steps are you willing to take to solve your own puzzle? Are you willing to trust yourself? Are you willing to invest in yourself to solve your puzzle sooner, faster, easier? What are you willing to do? And what are you willing to risk? Because normally when you risk, there's a big reward. All right, you guys, I just want to share that with you. I hope that made sense and was impactful. I like that analogy. I like to think about spinning the wheel and like, okay, what are my choices? This is what I'm feeling into, and then choosing and having it be right and being like, yes, I got this. I don't need to do anything the way that people say I should do it. I just need to do it the way that I know I need to. It feels best to me. All right, guys, have a great Monday. Bye.